Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going through the new Crystal Creations kit. We have one new shirt and a new skirt for female Sims in this pack. It comes in tons of different cool little swatches, reds and blues. I kind of love it. These shoes are really cool. They're actually like little crystals. We also got a pair of boots that have like a little crystal button on them. We have 4 new dresses for female Sims. And then I'm just going to go through all of the swatches for those. Lots of blues, lots of yellows, and like kind of like winter tones. I'm not super into the first dress that I showed. This dress, however, with the metal moon chain, I really enjoy. It's really neat looking. We have 2 new pieces of jewelry that you can access in CAS. The earrings here and this matching necklace that has all matching swatches. However, for the most part, all of the jewelry is behind the crafting table that comes with the pack. Although I'm sure other people will create the jewelry themselves and then post it on the gallery. But we're going to get into the hairs now. I have 4 new hairstyles for female Sims. One of them is the same, just a recolor, and I actually really like the recolored one more than the plain swatch, just because I like colored hair. We have 2 longer hairstyles where the hair is like pulled back with a really cool looking pin. And then there's also an updo that has these little circle accessories in it. I'm not really sure what they're called. And male Sims really got the short end of the stick. They got 4 new shirts here, no new outfits, and 1 pair of pants. No shoes or anything like that, which I guess is fine because the main focus of this pack is going to be the crystals. I very much feel like this pack is centered around the gameplay of cutting the gems and making the jewelry as opposed to the CAS. We have 2 new rings in this pack. One's a plumb bob shape and then the other one's just like a stackable ring. We also have thigh-high tights, which are really nice. They're like lace. I like them. They're pretty cute. And overall, I'm not entirely mad at the CAS in this pack. Like, I think it's decent for what it is. Although this shirt, however, the one that the male Sim is wearing right now, I think it's been done before. I feel like there's something similar in like Dine Out. However, I do like the texture on the shirt, so I'm not entirely mad at it. We also got a new aspiration with this pack. It's the Crystal Crafter aspiration. It's a nature one, so it gives you the collector bonus trait, which is really convenient because you're going to be collecting crystals anyway. I think it just gives you a bonus on how many you find at a time. I'm going to go ahead and dress the rest of these Sims up and then post them on the gallery for you. They're the Hutton family. Their names are Lizette Hutton and Gideon Grayson. Apparently I used a few other packs I didn't realize when I was making them. I really did think that I used only the base game and the Crystal Creations pack, but apparently I used like Werewolves and Snowy Escape and High School Years as well for just a few random things, so even if you don't have those packs, it's not going to be missing much. However, I am going to move into build mode. We've got 1 new wallpaper. I put all the swatches out here, lots of blue tones, a couple of lighter cream tones, a couple of grays, some purple. I really like the purple that they chose for this pack. It's not like a overwhelming purple like some of the base game stuff is. My favorite thing though has to be this new bookcase. It has a ladder attached to it. It also comes with a swatch that doesn't have a ladder, so you can kind of mix and match. We have a new mirror as well as 2 new posters that have like moon phases and crystal descriptions on them. This is a crystal display case and everything comes in the same swatches. We have a new plant that I am absolutely obsessed with. It's like a little fern in a little woven basket and I love it. This is the Crystal Creation Station. You're going to cut all your gems here as well as create all your jewelry. It also comes with a little lamp and it lights up at night in a dark room. And I think it's really cool that they have all these really nice details on there. There's also like a little sandblaster down there that you can see. We also have a ton of new shelves that you can display all your jewelry and your crystals on. These glass box ones here are stackable and they snap together, so you can kind of create as many little combinations as you want. And you can also stack things on top of them, so that's cool too. We also have another desk from the pack you can put like a computer at or some of the other decorations, so it looks like they're maybe examining their crystals there. This, I think, goes beside the Crystal Crafter Station, so you can stack things on top of that. It also looks like a nightstand. So you could really use it as either. We also have these two like jewelry box items that have tons of crystals and like a magnifying glass inside of, as well as some display jewelry. This item just has a little hammer and a saw and some design tools that you'll need. We also got a new love seat, and it comes in all of the same swatches that we've seen before. I will say this pack came with a lot of jewelry display items, which I'm actually kind of surprised. They don't really do that in the game, I've noticed. With some of their other stuff packs, they just don't have a lot of relevant items to the decoration of what the theme of the pack is. Don't even get me started on the luxury party stuff pack. Like, I have no idea what I'm talking about in reference to like cutting gems or making jewelry, but the items seem very relevant to what the pack is. I also have a new rug and a coffee table, and this is the crystal charging station. You can just have this like outside, and it'll charge your crystals from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. as long as there's stuff on it and it's outside. And it like glows, and it's really cool. I'll show you some animations later on in the video. We also got this little crystal terrarium that comes in a bunch of different swatches and a necklace display, which is really nice. You can also just like have your other necklaces on display. You can have your Sims swap them out when they want to. I just can't wait to build like a jewelry store with all this stuff and do a rags to riches with a jewelry store, because I think that would be really cool. I am gonna build a house for this using only the base game and crystal creations, so we're gonna get right into the speed build here. I'm kind of trying to speed this along, so I have all of the wallpaper and flooring in the build just because it makes it easier for me to decide where I'm going to go with it. I also have the floor plan done as well, just because it was easier for me to get it done beforehand. The first thing I wanted to do was our office for our crystal station. I'm just going to put it in here, and then I'm not going to add a computer because this stuff actually takes a really long time. It actually takes like quite a while for your sim to craft the jewelry or cut the gems. One of the things that I found interesting about this pack is that the crystals you can wear and charge actually do different things. Some of them can give you better romantic social interactions or better sleep, like the amethyst can help you sleep, or not help you sleep, but like help your Sims gain energy back faster, which is super useful because like your Sims take forever to sleep anyway, and why not have it go just a tiny little bit fast? But I was watching Little Simsy's review of the pack, and she said that there's a combination that helps your Sim gain all of their needs slowly over time, which is really convenient because you can just keep crafting and doing all their stuff as the crystal fills all their needs, so you wouldn't have to really take care of them. They could just keep going and whatever task that they're doing as long as they have that crystal in their house or in the room that they're working. I am almost done with the office though. I'm going to add a couple of the shelves that you can display your crystals on, and I'm going to put a few candles on them so they can like really brighten up the room up there. And then I'm also going to add a few posters and the crystal terrarium and the rug from the new pack as well. Then we're going to move down into the living room. I have some of the stuff already in here, the couches, and I'm just going to add the bookshelves because I really wanted to use them and I didn't really have a lot of space for them, so I deleted the windows downstairs just so I could put them in. I also added one of the crystal charging stations outside on the balcony, and after I add this rug in, this is going to be our total crystal making station complete. We're going to move on to the bedroom now though. I'm really struggling with like the floor plan of this bedroom just because of the little bump out. But I eventually just figured I'd put a dresser there just because I didn't have space for one anywhere else. But overall, I think it all came together quite nicely. Some of the base game swatches are pretty similar to the stuff that is in the Crystal Creations pack, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I wasn't really struggling to find stuff that matched like I would have normally. Like if I was using all the packs, I probably would have struggled a little bit more to find matching swatches. And I also replaced the industrial loft kit door with just a regular sliding glass door from the base game. I wanted to use that, but I didn't think it'd be fair to people who didn't own that pack. I'm not going to spend a ton of time going over the bathrooms because the only thing really special about it is the mirror from the Crystal Creations pack, so we're going to move on quickly and get to the little patio area outside. I wanted to have a grill and like everything's kind of gothic. We are across the street from the Goth's house in Willow Creek, so I took a lot of inspiration from their house. I really don't like seeing the foundation in the backyard, so I ended up putting a little fence here and adding some high hedges. And then underneath the bushes, I'm going to use these little Malva squares. I like the way that they look because it's something different to use from the low-lying pale flowers, and they just look nice. Like you could leave it without anything else and it would still look pretty great. However, I am going to add a bunch of like purple flowers and lavender just because that's what I like. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did in the backyard on the front side of this build, just with the hedges and the Malva squares. After I get done doing the landscaping here, we're going to do a quick tour of the house, but stick around because I'm going to go over some of the gameplay afterward. Okay, so we are back. While I was doing my playtesting, I had my Sims make these pair of earrings, which she can sell for $279 if she wanted to. However, we did spend $300 just to make this. We could list it on Plopsy, charge it, and put it in our inventory. I'm going to have her put it on the crystal charging station. Then I'm going to have her go craft a few more items. These earrings don't have any crystals on them, so they can't be charged, but they are cute. You can just click on the earrings and select either wear with every outfit or wear with current outfit, and I think that's pretty neat. It's very similar to how the clothes from Thrifty work. You can just like have them in your inventory and put them on whenever you want to. Also, if you don't want your Sims to go out and search for crystals, which like you probably should do because it will be cheaper for you in the long run, but you can actually just buy your crystals and metals off of the table itself, so you don't have to go out and have your Sims search for crystals because you probably won't find all of them. Like some of these ones that are like rare, you can't actually buy off the selling table, so you're gonna have to go and find those ones, but most of the ones that you can find just right on the table itself. There is tons of jewelry designs, lots of earrings and necklaces, a few rings and bracelets. It's really cool. This is the new aspiration. It's the Crystal Crafter aspiration. The first thing is buy a gemology table. You have to collect 5 crystals or metals, gift jewelry, or successfully propose with a crafted ring. The second part of it is buy a crystal grid, wear a fully charged crystal jewelry, and plant a crystal seed. The next part of the aspiration is grow a magnificent crystal tree, make 5 pieces of excellent jewelry, and complete crafting gemstones or jewelry 10 times while focused. If your Sim is a genius, they will randomly get focused, so that might be helpful for this aspiration. Final part is achieve level 10 gemology skill, cut a gemstone valued at 2,500 simoleons, and summon the Grim Reaper using the jet stone crystal. This is what the crystal grid looks like at night. It just kind of glows purple and charges your crystal. It was a necklace, but it's actually botched. You can't actually charge botched jewelry because there's no crystals on it. It does sell for significantly less than what you would have bought your ingredients for. She's only level 2 gemology skill, so I'm sure that's going to happen a few times. But there are so many cool designs. I think there's over like 1,000 combinations of jewelries that you can make. There's a few necklaces and stuff in here that I really want my Sims to have. Right now I'm going to try making her this set of rings with Alcron and orange topaz and just see what happens with that. It looks really cute though. When your Sim finishes it, it comes in like a little ring box, which I think is pretty neat. And from there, you can either drag it to the crystal grid or have your Sim do it themselves. As far as cutting the gems, I'm going to show some of that. There's a few shapes here. You can do like a little gnome or a plumb bob, a skull, hearts. It really depends on your skill level. I'm going to have my Sim do a spire-shaped gemstone in amethyst. And this is what the gem cutting looks like. I'm actually surprised that they did 2 different animations for the same table. It makes sense that they would have though, because it's 2 different interactions. Like one's gem cutting and the other one's jewelry making, so I'm glad that they actually did do that. And this is what the spire pointed gemstone in amethyst looks like after it's all said and done. I'm putting it on our crystal charging station. I'm just having everything kind of charge up a little bit because I wanted to see how well they worked in game. So our spire-shaped amethyst can help our Sims gain energy faster when sleeping, and Sims have a chance to wake up with an inspired lucid dream moodlet. The earrings that we made with Simtanium and Fire Opal can help your Sims be more romantic with social interactions and help them complete dates more successfully. This one is a seed-shaped gemstone made out of sapphire. It can help your Sims take longer to burn out on mental activities. It also helps your sim gain mental skills faster. I feel like that one's going to be really useful, especially with the burnout feature from growing together. And the last thing I had my sim make was a delicate ring with alcron and orange topaz. Sims will take longer to burn out on creative activities. Sims will gain creative skills faster. They're more likely to create masterpieces, and they will no longer experience creative blocks. And that's just a few of the things. Like, I only made 4 items, and already these 4 items can be super useful for your Sims as far as them gaining skills or having better social interactions. But overall, I really do enjoy this pack. I think it's going to be great and really useful for the crystals that you can just find around in the world. I don't really ever know what to do with those, so most of the time I just don't even end up collecting them. But now that I can actually make them into pretty jewelry that my Sims can actually wear, I think I might start collecting them more. If you guys have the pack and you've been playing around with it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I think I'm going to go mess around with the pack a little bit more. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up because it really helps out. I try to post a couple times a week, so if you're not already, please subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Dag dag!